Albert Allen's got the secrets in his hand. Retail heroes taking over this land. Trading stocks with a master plan. Fortunes rising on the Clover brand. Numbers rolling, deals never stop. Bulls are charging, markets gonna pop. Albert's wisdom higher than the top. With Clover Health, we'll hit the jackpot. Fortune calls, Albert leads the way. Retail winners here to seize the day. Clover's Health, dollars gonna sway. In this game, no more bills to pay. Through the highs and lows, we stay strong. Albert's voice guiding us all along. Clover's growth, we're playing like a song. Investing right, never going wrong. Stocks are climbing, reaching for the skies. Albert's insights cutting through the lies. Retail dreams standing tall, they rise. In this world of trades, we're the prize. Fortune calls, Albert leads the way. Retail winners here to seize the day. Clover's Health, dollars gonna sway. In this game, no more bills to pay. Through the highs and lows, we stay strong. Albert's voice guiding us all along. Clover's growth, we're playing like a song. Investing right, never going wrong. Fortune calls, Albert leads the way. Retail winners here to seize the day. Clover's Health, dollars gonna sway. In this game, no more bills to pay.
Hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to our stock trades. How's everybody doing today? All right. So lots of things are happening right now. And today was an actual eventful day. Very eventful, especially what's going on with Humana. So we're going to go ahead and dissect what's happening and do a couple of things. By the time you walk out, you'll definitely have a lot more than what you've essentially came into. So yesterday at actually today at 1 a.m., today at 1 a.m., I said, hey, apologies for the late due diligence, but I found something interesting. So this was doing the due diligence earlier this morning at 1 a.m. I know I'm crazy. So that's like, 3 a.m. Eastern time, right? Because I was in Arizona yesterday. I came in from Miami. So looking at the sector performance, I think there's something happening with Wall Street, okay? So Humana in Monday's return dropped 2.74%. Clover yesterday gained 1.39%, right? But if you look at it over the past 5 days, Humana is down 8%, which you can see here. And Clover in the past 5 days was up 1.62%. So then I went ahead and I said, maybe this could be a pre-earnings dip that may have a rebound in the stock. But then today we got our earnings for Humana, and in one day they lost 3.55%. In fact, it was actually a lot worse for them because you could see here that it actually dipped a lot and then it rebounded. So could this be a dead cat could this be a dead cat bounce, right? But ultimately, if you were to go all the way down here, guys, you could see that Humana fell literally in one day. It fell as much as 11.67%. Okay. Then it rebounded 4.96%, leaving them to being down 3.55% in one day. Now, in 5 days, they've been down 12.74%. In fact, if you were to look at them with this big drop, they're actually down almost 17.45%, almost 20%. So you could clearly see that there's something wrong with Humana and that it's starting to be almost down on the year, right? It was doing really well and it's starting to be down. In fact, in a year, it's down 30.29%. In 5 years, it's down 31.53%. Now imagine if you would have invested 5 years ago back in, right before COVID. And let's say you got in at COVID at a really good price. From these COVID lows, you're only up 11%, right? So clearly, a lot of investors are actually pissed off, and we're talking really big investors here. We're talking big ones. Now, if you go ahead and look at Max, you could see, I want you to just focus on this disruption, okay? I need you to just listen here and look at this, okay? You see that big seismic drop? You see that big drop there? That's really bad, guys. I mean, like, here, let's go all the way to the top. You go all the way here, it's down 52.94%. People that have purchased at the peak have essentially lost more than half of their money. How you doing, Jerry? What's going on, everybody? Time to be blowing away, crashing. Well, I mean, if you look at here for Humana, I mean, if you don't call this Randy, if you don't call 52.94% from, if you don't call that a crash, man, I don't know, man. That's a pretty big drop for a behemoth company, right? Okay, so good question. Will we ever get dividends with Clover? So here's the thing, okay? So first off, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say, take it as a grain of salt. In fact, salt has actually better intrinsic value than I do. So I want you to question everything I say, okay? All right. So in terms of if you were to put a vote right now about dividends, everyone would vote no, right? Now, if you want dividends, okay, hold on. Okay, so you raise a good question, okay? So in terms of if you want dividends from Clover, you can actually get better dividends from a covered call and cash secured put using the wheel strategy than you would normally get with dividends. So I make on my FU money side, I make anywhere between 6% to 15% per month compounded on my options that I do for Clover. I do it on my FU money. I don't do it on the full I don't do it on my large stockpile because I know where this is going. But I have a certain amount of shares that I like to do it on. And what that does is it's nice because if Clover goes from like $4.80 down to $4.20 and it keeps going up and down from that area, I'm still making money, right? So to answer your question in terms of dividends, why would a growth company want to give dividends? It needs to invest in growth so it can expand its software. So, if you're speaking long term, maybe, but I would say in terms of dividend discussion, I don't think people are looking at that until 15, 20 years out, right? Clove tried to do something today, then it hit a 450 wall. So we'll talk about that. Good observation. Hey there, guys. What's going on, Top Come? Dividends means you're giving away equity the company can use to grow. Exactly. Only mature companies pay dividends. Doesn't make sense at this time. Exactly. That's pretty much the conclusion, right? Okay. But again, I'm really happy because if you were to compare the audiences of other YouTubers, I feel like, you guys, because we've been so honest and we've been so transparent with our analysis, that all of us have grown over time. And I'm very, very proud of my audience because you guys are very smart, right? So, okay. By the way, thank you for all you guys that have supported our channel. Just a quick shout out. I was at the Miami and we were just reflecting, and I remember leaving the apartment in Mayo Clinic. I spent a year there, and I was renting an apartment, and I was leaving the little YouTube studio in the 2-bedroom, and it was like a little corner I have that I use in my study space, and it's crazy how far we've come. Thank you for everything you guys have done to support real research and helped with pretty much create this platform together. Very quickly, for folks, congratulations to all of you that have secured lifetime access. So if you guys want access to our stock terminal, which pretty much is all of this that you see, plus Brain Machine, and all the 2.5 billion outputs of institutionally graded data, you guys have about one day. The platform, the coupon. Oh, wait a minute. Does that say 2027? Well, okay. Well, tomorrow, you see, this is all right. Hold on for a sec. Hold on. That is hilarious. I thought it was supposed to expire. Is that say 2027? Yep. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Give me a moment. Let me message Linda. So Linda is our customer success client, whatever. She's been with us for about like a year and a half. She's been really great. Please fix. This is our support address. Dear Linda, please make the coupon code expire in 2025, not 2027. LOL. And I'll take a screenshot here. Okay. So there it is. So yeah. All right. So there it is. Okay. So that's funny. So altogether, take advantage. We will be expiring the coupon code. It's been active for a while. Flash tomorrow. So take advantage of this. And we're going to start increasing prices. I'm holding off to where Clover's an appropriate price, because I'm getting a lot of folks saying, I don't want to sell my Clover shares to buy the and I totally agree. Don't do anything that you have to hinder your success or something like that. Again, I can't give financial advice on what you should do. If you have to make those decisions, don't join our platform, right? But altogether, this will be expiring tomorrow, right? Okay. Now that we went ahead and talked about this, what I want to do, and my apologies for messaging Linda and this, I just don't have time to do it after. I'm going to forget. And then, okay. So what are we going here? So let's see. I have a small account. I made it. The annual membership is over 12% of my portfolio. Yeah. So the annual membership, it's not annual, it's lifetime access, and it's a one-time payment. So it's not a annual recurring, which is why I built the platform, because you need lifetime to understand this data. You can't just do this annual bull crap. You need a long time to get this stuff right. Al helped me make so much money from his platform that I was driving around my new Mustang. I love it. And by the way, it's not my platform, it's our platform, right? This is a collective, because you're here for a lifetime, and your son is going to be there, right? It's our platform, right? Again, we're really trying to make a change here, right? Really trying to make a change. Lifetime access can be handed down. Exactly, right? Absolutely. So you can it's a per household usage license, and you can transfer it on to your children, right? So that's why I'm telling you, like, and all the money that comes into Lifetime gets reinvested back into our stock trades. And you can see from these investments, you can see kind of how far we've come, right? When I'm telling you, it gets reinvested back. I hope now, after it's been how many years you guys have been tuning in, you guys are starting to see, what we say. I'm not talk, right? I like to walk the walk, right? Sometimes I walk too much to where I don't talk, like telling you guys to smash the like button. I need to do that more often because it helps with the YouTube algorithm, right? And my son is learning options now. Wait, hold on, quick question. How old? How old is your son? Because I'm curious, because that's pretty badass, man. Your son is learning options. Dude, that's so freaking badass, man. Holy shit. Sure, my apologies. Oh, it's all good. I'm doing my monthly right now until I build up some cash. 14. This 14-year-old is learning wheel strategy with 2,500 of CLOV shares. Let's freaking go, dude. God damn. Holy shit, dude. This guy's about to be the new young Buffett, dude. Holy shit. You see, this is what I like to hear. To have that honor and privilege to know that a 14-year-old is using the platform. Like, that was the dream, right? That was the dream, is to somehow to infiltrate the educational system and to somehow stoke this Al Stock Trades information into the minds of these kids. And the only way to do it is to go through you, the parents. And you see from my life what I mean, you see my view in Miami, right? You see the lifestyle I'm living. I want your family and your children to have this too, right? So that's how you do it. You got to go to the family. You got to go to them, right? Our educational system is a joke, right? Oh, you got that double. You got those. You got the mark of the beast, right? Now, I appreciate you, Mass. It's again, this platform wouldn't be anywhere without you guys, right? All right, so okay, so a couple things happen. So the Federal Reserve Chairman is speaking with the Senate Banking Committee today and the Housing Financial Committee tomorrow. Tomorrow, we have the CPI report. These are all things that I'm looking at. Okay, I need you to pay attention to this, guys, because this is very important, okay? All right? So check this out, okay? So last week, we briefly discussed how inflation expectations have reached 2-year high of 4.3%, okay? So this is from the University of Michigan survey. So the University of Michigan survey went ahead and said that inflation is about to go up and explode. But the problem is, me, I like to look under the hood. So if you look at the political dynamics of these expectations, when Donald Trump was elected, Democrats anticipated, actually before the election, lower inflation, while Republicans actually were saying there's going to be high inflation. But then now that we have a Republican in office, the trend is flipped. Now the Republicans no longer see inflation at high, while Democrats see inflation expectations has surged. So what does this tell you? So let's go ahead and analyze the data. So let's go even deeper. If you look at the University of Michigan survey, about 5% of Democratic respondents, so Democrats, believe inflation could skyrocket 25%. And over 55% expect inflation to exceed 10%. Okay? So more than half of people think inflation is going to surge, like the CPI is going to surge to 10%. So now if we take a logical first principles approach, does this seem rational or emotionally driven? So I'm going to leave that for you guys to decide, but it's very clear, right, where this is. Okay? So meanwhile, the New York Federal Reserve inflation expectation remains steady at 3%. So our trusted partners at Renaissance Macro Research, here they are here. I recommend giving them a follow. You can find them here. They follow us, and they've been following us for a while. So I thank them for that. They released this paragraph about what they, believe, and we'll read it. While it has short history, I put more weight on the New York Fed survey because its methodology should be more robust and accurate regarding consumer inflation expectation. Compared to more widely followed University of Michigan survey, for example, the New York Fed survey has several advantages. The sample size is larger. Most of the people that they interview are the same each month, and the inflation expectation question is posed differently to focus on the respondent's attention to inflation rather than on prices. So, anywho, I agree that this is going to be my go-to now, because this is, this University of Michigan has become so politically driven. So, from a market perspective, there are things that are really good. So the first 5 days of January were positive. The S&P ended the month on a strong note of being positive. We believe the market has turned into a point where investors are now realizing inflation is cooling more than initially expected. And this whole tariffs is starting to become, people are realizing it's becoming increasingly exaggerated, right? So let's go ahead and speak about Humana. So today Humana reported, and they saw a 10% decline in its Medicare Advantage membership. Guys, a 10% decline. That's more than 500,000. That's more than 500,000 members. No wonder why Clover is going to the moon, right, in terms of membership, right? So they exited unprofitable markets, compounded by lower Medicare star ratings and rising medical costs. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I told you, there's an analyst by the name of Daniel Ives, okay? He works at Wedbush, okay? Interestingly, he used to be on the ground and look at Apple stores to see what Apple consumers were looking at and what they bought. That's legal. It's public, right? So in the Al Stock Trades platform, it's really cool because we now have members in every state of the country, which is insane. We now have members in every state of the United States, right? Including Canada. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I love you, my Canadian folks. I love you a lot. That was just a little joke. You're not the 51st state. You guys are Canada. I had to play the joke, okay? We have so many Canadians on our platform. It is amazing. It is freaking amazing. And, all I want is maple syrup, right? I freaking love your guys' maple syrup. All right, but listen to this, guys, right? We also have members in about 90% of all the European countries. I think there's maybe 5, or 4. It's a lot, right? We have a lot of members, okay? So it's really crazy. It really is crazy, kind of where and how far we've come, okay? Let me go ahead and mic check. I'm reading the comments. You guys hear me, right? Okay. So we're literally in every freaking state, which is crazy. It's crazy how far we've come, right? So you're starting to see Humana exit these unprofitable markets because of these rising costs. And we've actually predicted this because we have members in every state. We have members that are in the insurance industry that are monitoring the situation publicly, because public information is free and it's available. And they basically are our on-the-foot analysts that come together inside our stock terminal, and they discuss what they're seeing out in the Medicare Advantage market. And it's very powerful because we've created a community with over $44 million of net worth, with a 30% response rate, meaning that 70% haven't responded yet, right? That is insane, right? So you can see that we've created a community where we have our fingers on the pulse. Because what happens, if you have one little small rope, it can easily be destroyed. But if you have thousands of small rope fibers, you cannot break it. And that's the platform that we created. It is open access to all of it, meaning that if you do research, that research is seen by everyone else, okay? excluding the advanced out stock trades platform. Okay. Which is this, right? Okay. So you could go ahead and read this. They reported strong revenue growth, not as strong as Clover's, but they saw significant earnings decline with a net loss of $2.16 per share, a 42% drop in full year earnings. So, I mean, Humana's bleeding. This is a bleeding business. Now, very quickly, let's see kind of the comments. I 1000x the cost of my lifetime access, worth every penny. So you're seeing members, again, always, judge the people that use the product, right? Always look at the people that use the product. You're having people that are saying 1000x my cost of the lifetime access, worth every penny, right? I try to strive in making every customer 120% happy, to a point where lifetime access members are telling me, bro, go to sleep. Like, enough. We're going to be here, because I'm such an obsessive. You gave me your hard-earned money, and it's my job to build the best platform that exists in 2025. Okay? And as you can see, I'm very passionate about this, and you can look at where I came from, right? So when I hear these types of comments, it makes me really happy, because I'm doing my job. Okay. So Armin, okay, yes, B-Rob. So I want everyone to pray for B-Rob. He just had so his arm is a sling. Bicep tendon was sewn to the humerus after removing bone spurs. Pain has been horrible, but made it through so far. Good, right? And I hope the pain, as post-op, post-op day 10, 15, 20, 30, as you heal those issues will be gone, right? But yeah, well, let's go Clove, right? So here's the all stock trades life member. Clove cost base is $4. Investment finally in the green. Let's effing go. Let's go, right? Master the chin. Hey all. Hey, was it hey all? I couldn't see that, right? Hey all. Flash discount ends tomorrow evening, Greg. Can't wait to join. I know I'm cutting it close to get a good price. Kenneth, we'll love to have you. For the confusion, I'll talk to Linda, and we'll make it expire on the 13th. It's not Friday the 13th, so it won't be bad luck, right? But don't worry about that, right? We'll give it an extra day because of this 2027 bullshit, right? I'm so sorry for the confusion, right? It's my fault, right? Canada wants to join us. Do they really? I mean, hey, I would love, but the problem is their healthcare system is, I know it's slow, but it's free. I mean, I don't know if I don't know, right? I would love, Canadians are freaking beautiful, dude, right? I would love to, have Canadians, be more, they're already here. I see them all everywhere, but it'd be nice to, be together like that. That'd be cool, right? Imagine designing, the flights will be a lot easier and don't have to do passports or any of that crap. Be nice. But we got to respect their culture. They have a nice, flag and everything. So it'll be kind of sad if that goes away. I didn't know they want to join. I didn't know. Yeah. Best wishes. Excellent. Yeah, wish I had joined back in 2022. My only regret in life. Oh, you only right? No. That these comments also make me happy. Why? Because it shows us, it shows me that I've built something good. In fact, users that have joined the products from the beginning are still using the product, right? And I take so much pride in that, because I put in my heart, sweat, and tears into this damn fucking thing, right? Excuse my language, but I poured my heart and soul into this damn fucking thing. Holy shit, that I put a lot of shit into this. Holy crap, right? I put in a lot, right? But it's so reading these comments is very helpful. It just really is good. It helps my soul. Hell no interest in joining USA. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would say Canadians don't want to join, right? I don't know, because it's gonna ruin the culture. There's a little beauty to Canada. Let me give you, man, there's a nice story I have a lot of Canadian friends, Shout out to Ottawa, man. I really like my friend there. He's a very nice man. He's an oral maxillofacial surgeon. Oh, Jesus Christ is in the house. Jesus, we love everybody. On a real note, what's the price target where we have our first annual Al Stock Trace Conference? Yes, we got it, and I have to do it on the week of when I have off. It'll be so cool, guys, having a week off from residency to go freaking have a conference in Vegas. I don't know. What were we saying? $25, $30? I think that might approach faster than what we might expect. Free healthcare, but slow. You die waiting for treatment. People with surgeries go across. Oh, yeah. You see, I've heard about this. I just don't know anyone, who's experienced it. Let's see here. All right. Had Lucy ligament surgery? 0. Isn't that amazing? Okay. So now let's go to this. So I posted this yesterday. This was yesterday. Okay. You see the support line, 441, 435. And I said, that looks funny. It's like it bounced right on the support line. See how it bounced right here, 435, and it bounced on the Fib. Just like this, nice, right on the Fibonacci. The Al Stock Trades quantum chart terminal is serving its purpose. So this is our proprietary quantum chart, right? And let's go ahead and move here. And let's type in CLOV. Let's do the support and resistance, and let's do the Fib. So where is it? Trying to figure it out. It's right here. You see how it bounced right there? You see how there was a bounce right around that area? So it respected it, then it fell right here. You see how the cool part about this is you're graphing the Fibonacci's on top of the support and resistance. So you're getting like an AI support and resistance and Fibonacci. This is so funny. I'm going to name my Mustang Fibonacci. That's so cool. I'm going to name my kid Fibonacci. So you can see here, see how it bounced off of that blue line? So that you can see it's very beautiful, right? I mean, this thing's working, right? It's very helpful. Let's do the hour chart. Hold on for a sec. Hey, Michelle, can you give me a glass of water? My throat's hurting. So I'm just looking at the hour chart here. Let me just zoom in a little bit. It's kind of hard for me to see. So the current price is 444. So the hour chart, you can see it's kind of on a downtrend from that angle. But really, though, let me drink some water. Yeah, I needed that water. Oh, my God. Okay. But if you look at the chart, these are lines that I drew. Remember that line I drew up here? So it seems as this line is being respected. It's being respected. So it seems as we're creating a ascending triangle. So you see this? We're going to go up and down, up and down, up. And then all of a sudden, once we get here, which is probably around Q1 of 2025, I think that's that first revenue. I think we're either going to break down or break up. I think we're going to break up. We're going to break out, and that's when we can break out to that $8, $9, $7. So if you don't recall, the last time we got an ascending triangle was here. See the upper part of this triangle and the lower part of this triangle? And you can see it kind of went up and down, and then all of a sudden it got to the peak of the triangle, and then it went from, $3 shot up to almost $5, right? So you can see this. So I think that we're and then people are saying there's like a bull flag, so you could call this a bull flag too. A bull flag is forming. So there's a lot of things that are happening now. Again, I have a lot of folks that are 65, 70, so I feel for you guys here. Let me show you bull flag technical analysis, because this is important, So if you know what I'm talking about, this is like a bull flag. So here's like the flag pole, and here's the flag. So what does that do? What's a good one? So this is kind of like here's like the flag pole, and here's the flag, and then all of a sudden it goes to the moon, right? And then it goes up. So that's what they're seeing. Here's the flag pole, and here's the flag, and now we're gonna go up. So it's same thing, kind of like I like to look at it like the ascending triangle. So let me think here. Where is it? I want to just show you guys, It's here it is. I found it. I just have an image saved so I can show you. So here's like that upper flagpole, and it breaks out, right? So you can see that. So that's kind of what we're seeing here, right? You can see kind of the flagpole, and here's the flag, right? So you can kind of see that. Okay. Let's look at the daily support lines here. So we're tracking amongst these lines here. So it's looking pretty good. Where's the fibs? The 482. As you get up to the here, we're starting to see kind of where we're at. The next stop is 586 and around the $7 range, $9 range. And that's, I think, when they're going to get an explosion of the flag or the ascending triangle, whatever you want to call it. And here's the all times analysis, and here's the support lines here. So you can start to see $22 starting to show up here. You can start to see all that. So very quickly, let's go ahead and do our advanced all function, looking at our neural engines. So you're seeing on the minute chart, there's an uptrend. On an hour chart, there's a downtrend. On the daily chart, there's an uptrend. Weekly is an uptrend, and on the all-time is an uptrend. So the hour chart, where we talked about here regarding, and again, that's a bullish points of 4 and a bearish points of 1. You can overall look at the analysis here. But really quickly, we already talked about this kind of the line here. All it needs to do, honest to God, is it needs to break out of this like, you could go ahead, and I'm going to delete this because I don't want to make it look like spaghetti. You can, well, how about this? You could just kind of draw a line from here down here, and if it explodes over there, then the downtrend is over, right? But on the MACD, there's a negative cross here, right? There's a negative cross on the MACD. So all of this is run through our modeling system, part of the advanced Al Stock Trades platform. And what it does is it's able to look at these things and able to calculate it from a perspective where it's is very helpful, right? And it's very sensitive. Okay. Now, very quickly, let's go ahead and do an advanced Monte Carlo sequence, and let's see kind of where we're at. So if we run an advanced Monte Carlo, which runs 25,000 simulations. In fact, if you try to press it, it'll tell you your computer can't handle it. We can't show. Here's the histogram. So you can see for the minute chart, the bull case is 454. For the hour chart, the bull case is 553. Let's just zoom in on here. For the daily chart, the bull case is 865. And the weekly chart, the bull case is 956. And the bull case for the all time is 762. And why am I more looking at the bull case and the bear case? Well, because from the intrinsic value calculation perspective, we know that ultimately it's going to be higher because revenue is about to go up, and they're going to be free cash flow. Then they're on their way of becoming net income positive. So ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, when you merge technical analysis with fundamental analysis, you really get at a position where it's very powerful. Now we're going to go ahead and look at our quantum chart. Actually, so here's our new quantum chart. This is incredible, powerful stuff, incredibly powerful. But before we honestly do that, what I want to do actually, and this is all part of the advanced, this is our own proprietary. This is the Al Stock Trades proprietary QuantFlow. This is all proprietary to us, right? What I want to do actually is I want to look at Humana, right? Let's look at Humana, shall we? So look at the support and resistance. So it seems as there's some type of bounce right off of that lower. If you look at that lower fib, there's a bounce right off of that lower fib at 242.9. So the question now is this going to rebound, or is this like a dead cat bounce, right? Look at the hour chart here. You can look at the, lines here. You can see these are respectful lines. I mean, these are really algos doing these things. But ultimately, I'm going to focus on the advanced TA. So you can see the minute there's an uptrend because of that last minute of the day. Technically, it was a downtrend, actually, right? The hour is a downtrend, the daily is an uptrend, the weekly is a downtrend, and the all-time is a downtrend. So that the total bullish points is 2, and the total bearish points is actually 3. So there's more bearish points than bullish points for Humana, right? So that's actually a big deal, right? There's a lot of disruption happening here. Now let's go ahead and take a look at United Healthcare, and let's do an advanced technical analysis for all. And you can see the bullish points is kind of reversed: 3 for bullish, 2 for bearish. What's another let's kind of look at other competitors, right? Look, here's Alignment Healthcare. Alignment is a competitor that's actually doing some good stuff. Here's how they look like on the daily. If we won their advance all, you could see kind of the bullish points, is 4, bearish points is 1. So you could see it almost pretty much looks like Clover, right? So you could see how the algos are looking at Clover and Alignment, and they're treating them the same, right? Before, it's a, before Clover was not tracking with all the other companies. I just saw this message real quick. The terminal puts IV as 10. Yeah, so you need to make some changes with the IV for Palantir. So if you look at Palantir real quick and run this intrinsic value, you have to pair it alongside with this here and run the intrinsic value here. Look at the free cash flow, how it's highlighted. We got about 1.141 of free cash flow. Instead of taking the average, let's put 1141. And the growth rate is around, let's say, 30%. Let's go ahead and calculate it now. You calculate this and you get $47.79. Sorry, $47.99. And holy shit, guys, that's still, Palantir's trading at a premium now. And what they're doing is they're trading at a way where Palantir needs to grow 40 to 45%. But what's happening is Wall Street is okay to pay 2-3 years of free cash flow in advance. So what they're paying right now is probably free cash flow about $2 billion, right? So they're willing to pay, not even, man, it's like $84 for $2 billion. I mean, again, they're probably paying over $2 billion of free cash flow in the future because they're expecting it to just be a free cash flow generating machine. I'll give you an example. Let's say you have another Kobe Bryant. Nothing against Kobe Bryant's legacy, but let's say that this is the next Kobe Bryant, okay? And Kobe Bryant is going to make you $1 billion. Are people willing to pay $500 million for Kobe in high school if they know that they're going to make him $1 billion? Yeah, why not, right? Imagine, right? So that's kind of what it's at right now. The cat's out of the bag, and people are willing to go up. Now, here's the thing. Could this drop down by 50%, the stock price? Absolutely, right? And now what's going to end up happening is a lot of people that bought at the top, like retail investors, because if you go on the Palantir chat groups, they're like, oh, is this going to go to $200 or whatever? They think it's going to go up and up and up, and they don't know nothing about intrinsic value. So I like to call those future back holders. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely, use this information so to protect yourself from Wall Street, right? So yeah, you bought at 16. Let's go, right? Let's go. Okay, so we talked about, okay. So now let's quickly actually talk about Humana. Okay. So you could see from the minute chart we had some huge selling pressure, and then you could see how our quantum, our QuantFlow terminal was able to pick up on. So okay, so you could see red means sell, okay, right? Red means sell, okay. When the stock price is going down, it's red. When the stock price is going up, it's green. You can see the little green bars here. In fact, let me see if I can zoom in here so you can see the chart a little better, okay. So you could see that our quantum chart started to kind of go from red to green right around here. So it's starting to predict a lot of buying pressure. And then we hit a level where there was a lot of selling pressure, but then it started to get to buying. So whenever you start seeing that, you go here on the bottom. Let's remove all this and let's focus on the blue line, okay? This green stuff is important, okay? So look at this as stage analysis, okay? When the green line is above the blue line, it means it's stage analysis 1 and 2, which is good. As soon as it starts to cross down below, you could start to see it started being red. As soon as it basically now, this red line is now above this blue line, you're starting to see it's starting to rebound. So now you're getting into a rebound process. You see how important this proprietary QuantFlow graph is? So you can see how now it's starting to go up. So it's like, think of it as like an advanced indicator, right? So you can see there's a lot of buying pressure here, and you can see it's shaded in blue, right? And we're above the blue line. So if you look at it in the month side of things and kind of remove these things, you can see now we're above the green, above the blue line, but then now we're going below. So potentially this could be a dead cat bounce. In fact, you can see from the month side, you can see it's all red. There's a lot of selling pressure here, okay? Again, it's all part lifetime access to the stock terminal and our advanced stock terminal and our courses that teach you how to read this. Are you starting to see why this is going to be $5,000, $10,000 plus? Because this information is pretty powerful. Let's go ahead and remove all these and let's focus on the blue line. So you can see how as the green lines were below the blue line, stock was going down. Then all of a sudden it started to rebound here. It shows you a lot of buying pressure. And then the green line went above the red line, the blue line here. So you can see one up, and then now it's starting to fall back below. This is from the 3-month. This below now the stock price is falling. Look at it from a 6-month perspective. We got some heavy buying pressure at around that $2.30 region. You can see this huge buying pressure here, right? So we're falling potentially to this region here around 250. It's currently 257, right? So there's buying pressure here. And then you can look at this right now. The green line is above the red line, but now it's starting to fall. You see this, the blue line here is above this. So it's starting to fall. If you look at it from the year perspective and then kind of cut off all these real quick, you can see the same thing. You can see kind of a little pattern, right? It was up, but then it started going low. So you see how it was starting to fall? I wouldn't touch it, right? And all of a sudden it's starting to recover. So we had some slight recovery from 300 up back to like 400, but then all of a sudden it started to fall again. You see how powerful our platform is? I'm just so proud of what we created. And then this thing, it was a huge drop in the negative, which is why we dropped that one crazy day. Then it started to rebound where the green line was above the blue line, right? Think of the blue line as the gateway to heaven and hell. If the green is above the blue, you're in heaven. So we were in heaven, then we came back down to hell. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going back down to hell. You can see it here, okay? Now I do the daily all together and look at the analysis for the past 5 years. You can basically see, let's clean up the data here. You can see that we're on a downtrend, and then it's trying to win, but ultimately we're about to go back down on that downtrend, I think, right? So I expect more pain for Humana, okay? Now for Clover, we can go ahead and look at for the daily, look at the Clover for daily. We were able to figure out buyers were coming in right around here right before it exploded. You see how early it caught it? And now we just got buyer after buyer. If you look at let's say the minute, we're kind of hovering around this region here. But if you look at the month, you can see we got some really good buying pressure here. But ultimately, right now, the goal is, can we be above this? Can we be above hell, right? So that's kind of where we're at right now. If you want to hyper analyze, here's $5. We got a major red line here, which is a selling pressure off of that $5, right? But we have a major blue line here near that $10. So what's going to end up happening is a lot of people are going to basically go in and they're going to say, "Oh my God!" So this is what people are going to do. Okay, this is how simple-minded people are. They're going to go to Clove and they're going to say max. They're going to say, "Oh my God, it's rebounding." Once it goes above this line here, and once it starts going like right there, once it starts here, let me show you. Wish I could show you my finger. Once it starts going here, it's gonna be like, oh my God, this is gonna go back. So once it crosses 5, it's gonna have a psychological effect that it's going back to 10. Once it crosses 10, it's gonna have a psychological effect that it's going back up to where here was. Once it crosses this, it's gonna say this thing's gonna freaking explode, right? So again, this is kind of like people's brain, right? And this is on a pretty red day for healthcare, and I would say that we did pretty good, right? So for intrinsic value, like we did many times, if you do 118 million of free cash flow off of a 27% growth rate and update our projections, you could see, we got a base case of 12 and a bull case of $18. So I'm very proud of kind of where how far we've come. Now with Clove, look at the free cash flow. We're like positive now, right? You can just kind of go like this. We're tracking up, went from negative to positive, and this has been consistent. Before it was choppy, now it's consistent, and potentially we might be free cash flow positive on a full year basis. And this is free cash flow positive on payment 3.5 stars of CMS. Imagine once we go to 4 stars. Also, we created this thing called progression analysis. We talked about this. It's really great. You put in Clove, and it kind of gives you a calculation of 17%. You can adjust this to 350. It's currently at a price of sales of 1.8. You can see this is the progression of where Clover is going to head. Right? You can see that's $19.45. This is not including SaaS, right? This is a 17% growth rate. If we were to manually override this and put 27%, you can see that's $43.37, right? Anywhere between $26 to $43. So you're starting to see kind of where we're headed. And now people are starting to realize this. But then you guys known about this. And you've known about this because of our attention to detail and our high level of analysis utilizing over 2.5 billion outputs of institutionally graded data within the palm of your hands. We give powerful software to you guys to where, lifetime members that join our platform, they immediately start calculating intrinsic value within 5 minutes. Okay. Also, you see this little beating green light? This is really cool. Look at that. See that? That's so powerful. It's like a heartbeat. It's the heartbeat to the L Stock Trades terminal, right? So we just released this. It's called Portfolio Navigator. So let's say, for example, you want to type in Clove. You type in Clove, it gives you the 6-month chart, current price. And then let's say you bought Clove, let's say at $1.50. It shows you your return. Your percent return is 196%. Let's say, so let's say you also bought some SoFi. And let's say you bought that at $7. And let's say you bought some Palantir. And let's say you bought that at, I don't know, $6.60. The cool thing about this is you hit refresh and it organizes it in by market cap, and it also saves your information. So what you can do now is create a watch list of stocks you want to look at, or your portfolio or whatever, you can put stocks here, and then you can look at kind of what they are. You can remove them from the list. And what's cool is it saves automatically in your system. It saves on your computer, right? So you have access to this now, which is really cool because you're able to put your portfolio here, stocks you want to look at, stocks you want to do an intrinsic value on, so you can look at it and run all these calculations, right? So you can see how powerful the platform has become, and it's all accessible in the palm of your hands. And let's say like, oh, I sold Palantir, I'm going to remove that. So now when you reload it again, you're no longer going to see it, right? And it saves. You want to reset all, you hit the reset all button. But you see this light, this, green light emanating. Isn't that cool? It's like a pulse, right? So this is going to be the future of the Al Stock Trades platform. This is going to be basically synonymous to how things look like within our platform. So I'm very proud of kind of where we are. Now quickly for Clover, let's go ahead and do our sentiment analysis. So what this does is this searches all of the articles that have been written about Clover, runs it through our proprietary analog, and does computational analysis and runs machine learning analysis to figure out kind of where things are going. And I'm very excited to announce to you guys, because remember how it was falling down? It just basically started spiking up again. So I think that Clover is about to basically go to the freaking moon. I think we're about to go to the freaking moon. So it runs the analysis, and it says prediction based on sentiment momentum, and it says bullish, right? And I just want to share with you kind of how accurate this is, right? So let's kind of scroll. Well, actually, no. Let's just go here. And again, I need to, you know what? I gotta make a note to myself. Update sentiment indicator. I need to do a couple of updates to this one because I want this to be green when it's above this line. It's just a simple fix just to make the user interface cool. So I'm gonna fix that, but I want to just show you guys something. Let's push this here and let's look at 6 months. Let's do a year. Let's do a year. And then what I want to do is, as of right now, we have about 189 people watching. Shout out to all you guys. Oh yeah. I don't know why we got. I don't know why I did that. Kind of weird. Where'd it go? We got. What the hell is this? Some AI stuff here. What the hell is this? All right. So I don't know what happened here. We got 190 people watching, 122 from X, and 68 from YouTube. So that's really cool. Okay. All right. Where's Clove? All right. So you remember here, this was on May 7th, 2024. So you can see the stock price dropped. Sorry, the sentiment dropped like a rock. People were extremely bearish. I mean, I've received death threats. People were like, people were talking mad shit, right? So that's actually good, because what happened in May 7th of 2024? So at May 7th, Clover was 74 cents. And in the beginning of May, you could see it was falling down here. Clover was in the 60 cent to 70 cent range. And from that onwards, you're up 6 baggers, right? It is what it is. That's part of life. November 6th of 2024, Clove went down. So sentiment. So November 6th, where's that at? Right here. See, I was able to predict it, and then it fell about 30%. People were very negative. They're upset. So, now let's look at 3 months. You're starting to see the sentiment is about to go up. In fact, if you look at, let me look at the history of this. Holy shit. Because it's young and we have about 928 articles analyzed since 2021. Here's the date. Since 2021, we have 909. We're analyzing right now 920, 900 and 200. I can't speak. 928 articles are analyzed. And this is the highest we've ever recorded positive sentiment. That's huge. Okay. I think this stock price is on the verge of exploding. I think we're like kind of, you know, that little thing where they put momentum, like the little mementos in the Coca-Cola, and they shake it and it explodes. We're about to explode so much that you guys are gonna feel it. So it's very bullish. Okay. So for folks, and you can kind of see it here. Potentially, this could be the bull flag. This is the bull flag forming, right? And you have the ascending triangle on top of that bull flag, and the boom, go to the moon, right? And again, so for folks that are interested, that want to join our lifetime access platform, I hope that now you're starting to see that our platform works. This is not a joke. Um, we do create millionaires. We have a lot of them in our platform. We have a lot of wealthy people, not just by money, but spiritually as well. We have really just have done something that, uh, you know, what one can conceive, one can achieve, and we've done some incredible things together, I would say, and we have less than 10,000 subscribers, right? So it shows you that subscriber numbers don't, from the perspective of social media, numbers don't really matter, right? The only numbers that matter is free cash flow, right? Okay, so let me go ahead and go through the comments real quick here. Okay, good. Everyone's talking. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have for you guys. Honestly, there's not really much to say. With all these tabs here, I'm trying to do here, but yeah. So very proud of what we created. Just look how beautiful this is. So sexy with the green. Look at that. Oh, it's so sexy. Yeah, I'm just very I'm very proud of what we made here, guys. This is really cool. Gonna go like this. This is really cool, right? It's really nice. Just reflecting on all this. We're doing God's work. Okay. See here, I've watched CLOV for so long. What would be a good average cost in your opinion? It's it's tough to say because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not anything. I would say kind of review what we talked about regarding technical analysis and fundamental analysis, but I would say those numbers are. It's really tough to say because it has to come back to your overall assumptions of where you think Clover is going to go. If you think Clover is a $5 stock, then there's your answer. If you think Clover could be $100 stock, right? I'm getting right now that Clover is an $15 to $25 stock based on the numbers they're giving me. But that's not including SaaS. And if we start getting partnerships like SaaS, like potentially maybe the VA, or they control 25% market share, like they control 10% market share of New Jersey. I don't know, guys. These are tough questions. I'm not going to go ahead and tell you, oh, you got to do this, oh, you got to do that. Whoever does that to you is a scammer. I'm not going to tell you kind of like, what's a, you can ask the community and have them say, but I want you to, from your own brain, come up with this information, right? And then we can have a discussion about it, right? Right. Look to CLOV party in the Caribbean. If we do a Caribbean CLOV party, that'll be fun because I don't know about safety, but it'll be pretty good. The money goes far there. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what Q4 does. They might buy back some shares. We'll see. You did an amazing job, Al. The platform updates are epic. Yeah, I'm so happy to give this to you. This is how much I love you guys. This is from my heart to yours. Thank you for investing in the beta access platform. You guys are, I hope this is, the only way I can thank you guys is by, working hard and giving you things that hedge funds have, right? And now you guys have it, right? So we have one member saying 25 minimum, Once SaaS numbers come out, we'll assess further. Exactly, right? So again, I really see how our members, trading trades. Our members are very smart. Our people here are just very, very smart, right? And it's very good. We've created a community of people that are just, this is a very good culture. This is a good work culture. You know what I mean? It's a good work culture, right? And this is great. This is great. I'm just happy what we have. This is really good. I think we are undervalued as of now. The future is bright. Absolutely. The future is bright, and it's filled with a bunch of Cristal champagne and caviar, right? But don't eat too much. It's bad for your cholesterol, I think, right? Any place warmer than northern Mexico, right? Are you from Mexico, my friend? We should review the ACO Reach program. And yes, so we may even go back to ACO Reach if they decide to fix it, right? Goldman Sachs added bigly to CLOV recently. Yeah, I know. We got to look at those SEC 13F filings. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and go exercise and go swim. I love you guys. We're going to extend it. We're going to do 48 hours expiration for the flash sale instead of 24 hours. So you got 2 days. Take advantage. 48-hour extension because of my mess up on the year 2027, right? And there it is, guys. Love you all. I'm very excited to see the future of the platform. We're going to continue to innovate. We're going to continue to lead. And now people are starting to see, like, holy shit, this guy wasn't blowing smoke. This guy has some skill sets, right? Right. I whipped out the coding out of my, how do you think I learned about this, guys? You guys should look at my resume. When I was homeless, I used to go to the libraries and I used to do open access MIT open courseware. And that's when I learned how to code. Obviously preliminary, I'm no Andrew Toy, right? But I learned a few things, right? Because I had no Christmases, I had no Thanksgiving. So what I was going to do, right? I had a library, a free computer, mind you, that I had access to the internet, which was free because of Wi-Fi. I had access to everything in the palm of my hands. And I found some things. And now we've built some things to kind of share these things with all of you guys. And it's pretty damn freaking cool, So I'm very happy, right? So I love you all. I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, let's go to the moon.